A satellite image of Hurricane Michael has taken the terrifying shape of a skull as it roars closer to Florida as a fierce Category 4 storm. The sinister-looking skull appeared briefly on the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration satellite images on Tuesday as the hurricane moved closer to the Florida Panhandle. The image appeared to show a gray skull with a single, fierce red eye. It was taken with an infrared camera lens and shows the skull surrounded by a sea of red and green. A similar thing happened with Hurricane Matthew in 2016, Accuweather reports. Michael roared nearer to the Florida Panhandle as a still-growing Category 4 hurricane on Wednesday, lashing wind and rain and pushing a storm surge onto white sand beaches and coastal communities hours before making landfall. The unexpected brute quickly sprang from a weekend tropical depression and grew swiftly into what could be one of the Panhandle's worst hurricanes in history, with destructive wind, up to a foot of rain, and a life-threatening storm surge of up to 13 feet. Top sustained winds were reported to be near 140 miles per hour at 5 a.m. Michael's eye was about 140 miles from Panama City and 130 miles from Apalachicola, but moving relatively fast at 13 miles per hour. Tropical storm force winds extending 185 miles from the center were already lashing the coast. Florida officials said roughly 375,000 people up and down the Gulf Coast had been urged or ordered to evacuate. Evacuations span 22 counties from the Florida Panhandle into north-central Florida. But civilians don't have to follow orders, and authorities feared many failed to heed their calls to get out of the way as the hard-charging storm intensified over 84-degree Gulf of Mexico water. I guess it's the worst-case scenario. I don't think anyone would have experienced this in the Panhandle, meteorologist Ryan Maue of Weather Models .com said. This is going to have structure-damaging winds along the coast and hurricane-force winds inland. Meteorologists watched in real time as a new government satellite showed the hurricane's eye tightening, surrounded by lightning that lit it up like a Christmas tree.